Hey guys, how y'all doing? Like seriously, how y'all doing? Because it's getting crazy out here. I was on TikTok the other day and I saw a bunch of videos about how people are venting about how this whole inflation, recession, and just all the crazy things that's going on in the world right now, how it's affecting them. And I wanted to come on and just talk about that. I'm going to show a few videos and kind of give my opinion about those videos. And then I'm going to like wrap it up with talking about, ways to kind of like stay sane during times like this, because sometimes it is the little things that matter, the little things that help. And in times like this, for so many people, the little things is really all you have. So, I'm going to play a couple videos and then I'll come back and give you guys my thoughts and my commentary on those videos.
This is what $137 worth of like personal care items and a couple random things looks like in 2023. This is literally all we got, guys. And it looks like more because I spaced it out to be aesthetic. But it's really not much. Like, what is... Seriously, $137 for soap, deodorant, toothpaste, hydration, and toothbrushes. And coffee. What is this?
Okay, so yes, it is very crazy how much basic life essentials cost these days. All this stuff is like crazy expensive now. Not to mention the personal hygiene care for women. Like that's just extra on top of the extra we're already paying for stuff that shouldn't cost so much. It really should not cost so much. And then you have to factor in if you have kids, um, how they're consistently growing and they're always going to need clothes and shoes and underwear and all that. It's just all this stuff used to be so affordable. It is so expensive now just for your basic everyday needs. It's crazy, but let's get into the next one.
So I guess I'm gonna jump in on the TikTok thing about inflation right now because I'm not quite entire. I don't know what to do. It's hard for me to even formulate words right now, just thinking about life. I'm not entirely sure what to do. I work for a really good company, and I still have to have a second job. And if I'm not careful, potentially a third. Now, I'm not entirely sure how the third's gonna fit in here, but I gotta make it work somehow. Some type of side hustle. I'm not sure, but it's crazy. And I'm not entirely, I don't know how anyone else is surviving out here. I don't know how everyone else is making life work right now. I'm not sure how anyone's out here grocery shopping. I'm not sure how, I just don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what we need to do as a collective, as a people. I'm not sure what we can do, but I just know something. Something needs to be done. Something has got to give. Grocery shopping is probably the worst errand I have to run because everything is just astronomically expensive. Everything. Like I've cut out subscriptions. I don't eat out. And just as soon as I get my paycheck, once bills are paid, it's a wrap. It's done. I have nothing left. And I think I've cried all of the tears I could cry, at least for this week. I'm not sure anymore, guys. I truly have no idea how we are surviving. And the thing is, you can't even just say, oh, I'm gonna leave the country, because where are you gonna go that you also can afford to? Because everybody, literally everybody, is going through this bullshit. Everyone. Can't go to Canada, can't go to the UK. Everyone is dealing with just not being able to sustain life. And it's really sad. I wish everyone out there the best. I'm here in good old Tennessee, going through the same shit you guys are. It sucks.
So there's a few things that I want to touch on that she talked about in her video. So yes, for one, there is something that has to be done. I don't quite know what that is right now just yet. We talked about the basic necessities that, you know, your everyday necessities in the previous video with the woman who showed the items that she had that are just basic necessities. But now let's talk about food. Food is so damn expensive now. It is crazy. The amount of food I used to be able to get for $100 could last a while. Now you literally getting like 5-6 items for $100 these days. You know, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, and you know how she says, like, it's not like you can be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna go somewhere else. It seems like this is being felt all around the world. I mean, I've seen people in Canada, videos from people in the UK. Like, it is just crazy expensive for food everywhere. Like, it shouldn't be like this. It really should not be like this. Like, because at first I was thinking like, oh, it's America. America is like price gouging. America is going through a recession. Like, everything's just so expensive for America. And then I see all these videos of people that are just going through it just like we are here. I like how she said you have to work 2 or 3 jobs. It's crazy. I'm just saying, I get where she's coming from. I hope that things get better before they get worse, because it's getting crazy out here.
Look at this. Look, look. $14.05.
Okay, so without saying a lot, that video right there said a whole lot. Because first of all, how are you cutting up watermelon and charging that much for it? Like, really, what has the world come to if you can do that? $17, $16, $17, $18 for some chopped up pieces of watermelon. It don't even have no seeds in it. What is going on? I don't know where she was or where she's from. The watermelon where I'm from, like, you can get a real big one for like $12, but still, it used to be way less than that. And you got to eat it right away, because if you don't, it's like it turns to mush. It's like we're paying more money for a lower quality of food, because that's something else I noticed about the fruits and vegetables that I buy. They do not, like the fresh fruits and vegetables, like blueberries, strawberries, watermelon, they don't stay fresh for very long. And I thought that was pretty weird, because I remember fruits and vegetables lasting a little bit longer than they are right now. So that's something else that like concerns me. It's like, how are we paying more for an extremely low quality of food?
Guys, I don't know how the average American is making it right now, because from the looks of it, things are just going to hell. For example, if you want to rent an apartment, the landlord wants proof of income 3 times the rent. And out here in northern New Jersey, that means a 1-bedroom, you got to be making 30 to 50% more than the national average. Groceries have gone up like crazy. It's like, it seems like it keeps creeping up ever so slightly, but after 3-4 months you feel like it's a you know, you feel the increase. Because last year I would be shopping for myself alone twice a week, and it would run me about $80 each trip. Now it's costing me like $125 to $140 per trip. And when I include going out maybe once or twice a week to eat, my total for food is coming out to be crazy. It's over $1,000. And I know it wasn't like that growing up, you know, it's gotten out of hand. But people are walking around like nothing's wrong, everything is fine, everything's dandy. But it won't be long before people are gonna have to decide whether to pay the rent, pay the mortgage, or feed their families. And of course, people are gonna choose to feed their families. And so, who knows what's gonna happen? But I was at the mall the other day and it was pretty packed. But there wasn't really that many people holding bags. It was just people hanging around window shopping, which doesn't mean squat. It just means people want to get out of their houses and hang around, maybe eat at the food court. And that the food court was popping, of course. But we're going to have to wait and see. I foresee a lot more shoplifting, a lot of stores going out of business because of that, which is already happening, but it's going to you know, more and more people are going to want to do it because they have no other way. More and more people are going to turn to scamming and stealing and all that stuff because things have gotten so expensive. So we'll see. What's the solution? The only solution is for the banks and the Federal Reserve to forgive all debt. That's the only way. There's no other solution. Even if we took 20 nations to war and gave them money to buy from us, it still wouldn't help the situation.
He touched on a lot of, important topics, starting out with rent. He said he lived in New Jersey, I believe. Well, I live near Seattle, where they got you paying about $2,000 for a studio apartment. Not a bedroom, not a 1-bedroom. I mean, where your bed is out in your living room, no walls, studio apartment. It's close to $2,000, if not over $2,000. The 1-2-bedroom apartments are $2,000. You're lucky if you can find something cheaper than that. The quality is probably going to go down some if you find anything cheaper. It's crazy. It is really crazy because food's going up, rent's going up, gas is going up, everything's going up, but wages are barely going up. Yet, if you are to try and get an apartment, they expect you to have 3 times the rent. How is that possible? When wages are not increasing, yet rent is continuously increasing. Then he talked about food. We already talked about food. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the difference. I think I'm going to stop there for the videos, listening to some of the things that people are saying, how some people are in much worse positions than others. It's really sad because there's some people who live paycheck to paycheck. There's some people who are living under their paychecks because their life and situation and circumstances does not allow them to be able to work multiple jobs. They have to make do with what they have. The whole my check is spent before I even get it. It's really sad. So we have natural disasters going on. We have all this crime that's going on. We have the inflation and recession that's going on that they tried to deny and say we wasn't in a recession. Y'all, we clearly in a recession. All that's going on. Not to mention, at the end of his video, he talked about how people are gonna, they may have to decide between paying rent and feeding their families. And of course, people are gonna choose to feed their families because, you gotta survive, right? There's people who are living in their cars now. It's insane. It's really crazy. So for the people who are able to afford life right now, basically you have enough money to pay your rent, pay your bills, and, get food and everything, my suggestion and advice would be just budget your money and make sure that you save whatever you can. Budgeting is very important. I notice a lot of people, when I talk to people, they don't seem to know much about how to budget, or they don't believe in budgeting because they don't think it will work. But budgeting very much helps. being able to write things out and see what you have and see what you can get rid of and see what you can put off. And budgeting is very helpful. So I recommend writing everything down, all your expenses versus your income, you know, looking at what you can and can't get rid of, kind of, you know, making a budget for yourself on how much you're going to spend on food. If you have to get the cheap stuff, it's unfortunate because most of that stuff is full of unhealthy preservatives. But if you got to live on bologna sandwiches or salami sandwiches or noodles, or which is, I hate saying that because it's like, it's almost like they want to poison us, you know, like I don't want to get canceled or get kicked off or get in trouble for saying that, but like there was literally a documentary on Netflix called Poisoned or something like that. Like what is going on? Like, why is the good stuff, the stuff that's good for you, crazy expensive? People offer up their idea of what a solution could be, but I'm hoping that it gets better sooner than later and that it doesn't get worse anytime soon, because I think people are starting to really feel it. My advice, don't deprive yourself of the little things. Like if you can save, because I saw a video where somebody was saying, stop buying $5 lattes in the morning and maybe your situation will be better. But then she like kind of came back and said, you know, maybe I shouldn't have said that because that $5 latte sometimes is that one little thing that is keeping them afloat. Like, at least I have my latte to look forward to. You know, treat yourself. Find one thing, as long as it's not detrimental to your health or anyone's health around you. Find that one thing that keeps you mentally happy, sane. I don't know if it's a snack, if it's, you know, going out to eat once a month or going to see a movie once a month. But yeah, try to find something. Start journaling, start meditating. I know that's easier said than done, but guys, like, stay safe out here. Do your best to stay sane. Try to budget to make sure that you know where your money's going, you know what you have. That's the best advice that I have for what's going on right now in the world. And another thing that in the last video that I showed, he mentioned how like people are going to start stealing food. I saw a TikTok of this girl who works at Walmart who said that she had been noticing people stealing food and she doesn't try to stop them. Like, people are saying that they see people stealing, they notice people stealing, and they don't say nothing no more because they know how hard it is. Like, people are really struggling to eat out here. They're struggling to survive. Like, I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying I'm agreeing with what either one of them are doing, but I'm saying that I understand. Just give me your thoughts on everything that's going on and what was talked about in the video. Oh my God, I didn't even touch on healthcare. In this country, I don't know about other countries, it seems like their healthcare is taken care of by the government, but it is crazy expensive to even go to the doctor here. So with not being able to afford food and eating less healthy food because it's cheaper, you're probably going to get sick more often. And that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother video, you guys. I feel like this has already gone on long enough, but I really wanted to talk about that and kind of do a mental health check-in. I hope that everyone's okay out there. If you're not, feel free to kind of vent. We could talk about it. I wish everyone the best. I am very hopeful that things get better. And that's all I have for this video, you guys. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.